All right, Vince. Welcome to a Rooster talk session. Thanks for giving us your time, and yeah, let us know what's happening in your world.
Yeah, Noel, thank you very much for the opportunity to talk. Yeah, obviously many of these conversations will be held in the format that we're in at the moment due to the situation we find ourselves on the 31st of March 2020. Yeah, look, I think it's a tough time for the explorers, it's a tough time for development companies, some of us getting into a stride and being restricted in what we can get done, not only internally but also from the capital market side and also from our suppliers and our consultants all being affected in the same way, which very rarely happens.
Yeah, I mean, just insane. Before we started, that's the second aeroplane. That's the third one that flew by now. I thought we're not supposed to have aeroplanes flying in this anymore. But yeah, look, it's challenging times, I think. But I try to tell people that it's probably the best time to be out there, sort of telling people what you guys do, and that you haven't just stopped. Not everyone's just stopped and gone and hide in a bunker.
No, exactly. I think that's what. Look, I think you've got to. It's a bit of both, right? And I think that's what our current strategy is centered around that. So we actually put some news out just yesterday. Well, I say news; it's more of an update than news, just to say what we've done. So our board has obviously got a lot of experience corporately. We've been in situations like this before, not as extreme, but we've certainly seen them. And with the depth of experience of the people on the board, like our chairman, Brenton, and Daniel Harris in the US, they've all seen these things in some shape or form take place. This is quite unique for all of us, but one thing is the same when the shit hits the fan is that you have to act quickly to preserve your team and preserve your business and preserve your cash so that you can live to fight another day. In this case, it's particularly true when we don't know how long that time period is. So what we did very early on, a number of weeks ago, in fact, started the process of recasting our budget, our costing, looking at what projects we could and couldn't do, what cuts we needed to make, and see how long we could make our cash last while still achieving certain key objectives the company has. So I think on yesterday, on Monday, on the 30th, we put out just an update to the market indicating two specific things really. Three. One, that we were very concerned about our own workforce and the community as a large that we work within. Secondly, we had to protect our company and protect its position, its team, and its cash. So we've taken some steps around that, specifically around reductions of salaries for the execs, myself and Todd in particular, where we've taken a 50% reduction in salary for as long as it takes to get this done. Now, and then we've offered, the team has offered to help reduce itself a little bit as well, so we can help things get along. We've reduced our consulting load, and we've obviously abandoned certain activities which aren't going to happen, like travel and conferences and so on. So that's some of the things we've done to keep the box together, if you like. And then we started to. The last thing we've been focusing on really is what we will then be trying to achieve in this time. And we've given a key list of key things we think will help advance the project, in particular advancing our title negotiations, completing our test work, both for the roast leach test work and hydrometallurgical test work. Because when we've completed that work, we can finalise the project, the process flow circuit for the whole project, which will put us in a good position at ramp-up time to complete the DFS engineering. We're obviously also working on a new reserve, a new mining reserve based on our recently upgraded mineral resource. we also have decided specifically to maintain our presence, and this your interview comes along just in time for doing that. We have a very strong and active social media plan. We manage that ourselves internally. I think we do it reasonably well. We certainly can learn from other people, but we try very hard to keep people aware of the market we're in, the battery market, the vanadium market, and about what we're doing ourselves. So we really are focusing on keeping that information flowing in the light of the event. So we don't want people to have something else. People want something else to think about and talk about. And if they've made an investment, we want to know that we're still there and we're still working on it and we still love what we're doing and we'll keep pushing ahead. So it's a time to maintain relationships and build new relationships where possible. So we'll be focusing on that as the mainstay of our time, out of the mainstream, if you like, but getting things moving. We want to be ready, absolutely ready for our investors by the time we finish this period, which will hopefully be shorter, but we don't know.
Yeah, I've been talking to some of the guys I know over in Asia, who are sort of investing in this space. I think the upside I see for you guys, I think it's that you're an Australian-based project. You don't really need to travel to, let's say, in 3 months, 6 months, you would have an ability to get out and do something without having to cross shores to do it. I think that I don't know. I mean, who knows what will happen? Everything's so new. I'm just thinking that at least you don't have to go overseas to complete something or do something, whereas you're sort of insured. If we were able to get out of jail in 3 months or 6 months, I don't know. Australian-based projects would be, I don't know what the word to use. Easier, safer in time to come, I guess.
Well, there's a lot of skill in this town. Most of our consultants are local. We've got all our people nearby that we can work with. Sure, we've had to take a hit on our team, which was unpleasant, but we've kept the bulk of our team together, and our consultants have been very. They're in a similar boat this time. It's not like the company is on its own here. Everyone is in this together, and therefore I think solutions are coming out that are much more mutually beneficial. And look, I'm a positive person, and I think that we've just got to keep working through the reality of it, but also keep positive about what happens afterwards. We've got a real opportunity to build something good here and big here, and as of many other junior companies, and I think we just got to keep doing our work. Over the last few days, we've seen some very good results from West Australian companies in the exploration area, and I think that bodes well for more of those things. It's just, we've got to remember that this thing's come out of stage left uninvited, and it must be sent on its way as it came, so we can get on with the things we were doing, which were really important.
I think,
but right now, the most important thing is getting rid of this thing.
I think that the good news coming out of what you just mentioned about those results is that good results still are getting market reaction, positive market reaction, more so than even 12, 18 months, 24 months when people would put good results out and the market wouldn't even react. Whereas the market is reacting to the likes of Legend coming out with the stuff and Chalice. I see that as a positive thing. I see that shows that the market is there, and rather than bunkering down, people should be out there preparing for whatever they're doing. The market is showing that it is reacting to these kind of things, which is a positive, because in my opinion, I think when this thing recovers, it's going to be really quick. Things will change.
Look, there's a lot of the market, the exploration market and development market in our state and in our sector is always doing good work. It's trying hard, trying to get results for people, and I think that if you get that traction, that's a great thing. And our stocks have now become really cheap. there's a lot of good value out there. I'm pretty convinced that AVL is one of those good values. So we've got good value that people can now, they might have missed out in this very peaky market, have now got a perfect opportunity to get set, and they should do so. In things that they like, things that match their values.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a report that they're even talking that when time to come when the recovery is the clean energy, the EV world might actually be the one that takes off first, as opposed to the sort of old school kind of technology, and with vanadium and things like that, that could be a plus for you guys.
Well, we really are focused on, one of the things we have continued on is building our Vincent Energy business. We have a large amount of leads. I think we mentioned 20 odd gigawatt hours of potential leads in our database there. So we've maintained a portion of that team to keep building those leads up. Because you're right, we see a lot of support for continuing on with the whole climate change story and developing that shift towards renewables. And this line in the sand, which we're currently crossing, is ideal for us to make that shift.
Yeah. I think so. I think there's a lot of the light is not that far off. It's just a lot of pain to take now. But that's just and the good. I say it's another one is it's a global thing. It's not like Australia's suffering or it's only you suffering. It's everyone's on the same par. Everyone's taking a big hit. So you might bring your competitors back down to sort of your level and give you a fairer game, I guess, in some ways.
Well, I think everything's on the table, right? That's what happens. So, it's good to see that the AMEC, the Association of Mineral Exploration Companies, is really pushing hard to help the explorers as well. We're very pleased to be part of that organisation, and Warren Pierce and his team are doing a great job, I think, at standing up for us, getting us involved in these incentives that are going around, and getting us to delay on expenditure on tenements. I think it's going to be very helpful for what we need to get out of here. I think the most important thing, again, is the people. Like, we need to keep them safe, and we need to keep them employed, and we need to keep them where possible, and if we can't, we need to look after them. And, we want to keep professionals in the sector when this comes back. I mean, we've only just gone through a period where we really want people back in the sector.
Yeah. All right, Vince. Thanks for your time. I think I'm sure you got more important things to do at this point in time. But thank you for giving me time, and stay safe. And we'll keep in touch. Yeah.
That's good, Noel. Thank you very much. Thanks for doing this for us and all the companies around it. I'm sure we'll be happy to contribute. And yeah, I think everyone must just look after themselves and their families. But I think to keep working and to keep focused on what you're doing is really important right now. So I think all of us we have businesses to run. We must make an effort to run them and keep doing things that will add value. And because in the end, that's still what counts.
Yeah, that's right. Just I'll just keep the news flowing, and we'll all be at the end of the tunnel, I guess.
Yeah, you take it easy. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Vince.
Bye.